Richemont, the Swiss luxury conglomerate behind Cartier, secretly destroyed over $500 million worth of their own products, rather than let them reach consumers at discounted prices. This is the hidden story of how the world's most prestigious brands wage war against their own inventory. In May 2018, Richemont shocked the industry when their annual report revealed a stunning confession. The company had systematically bought back and destroyed 481 million euros worth of their own watches over just 2 years. That is more than $500 million of perfectly functioning luxury timepieces from brands like Cartier, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Piaget, IWC, Schaffhausen, and A. Lange & Söhne, reduced to scrap metal and recycled components. But this was not corporate incompetence or accounting error. This was a deliberate strategy, and it reveals the dark economics that drive the luxury industry. To understand why a company would obliterate their own products, you have to understand what happened in China. For years, luxury watches were the ultimate status symbol among Chinese officials and wealthy businessmen. Cartier Tanks, Patek Philippe complications, and Vacheron Constantin masterpieces adorned the wrists of the powerful. The market was intoxicating, generating billions in revenue for Swiss manufacturers like Richemont and their competitor, the Swatch Group. Then on March 14, 2013, Xi Jinping was elected president of China. His anti-corruption campaign would shatter the luxury watch industry overnight. Xi's government began systematically targeting officials who displayed excessive wealth. The Central Commission for Discipline Inspection launched widespread investigations into corruption. Chinese citizens found entertainment in identifying and valuing the watches worn by government officials across all provinces. Some officials had entire collections worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The public dubbed this phenomenon watch spotting, and it became a digital sport that exposed the corruption everyone suspected but could not prove. The result was devastating for luxury brands. Some 1,500 party officials faced corruption charges, with more than 200 found guilty. Suddenly, wearing an expensive watch in China was not just poor optics, it was potential evidence of criminal activity. Sales collapsed. The high-end watch market in mainland China plummeted 60% from its 2012 peak. In Hong Kong, a crucial gateway for luxury goods into China, sales toppled by 25% in 2016 alone. According to the Federation of the Swiss Watch Industry, Swiss watch exports to Hong Kong declined by over 31% in value from 2015 to 2016. For Richemont, this created an unprecedented crisis. Warehouses filled with unsold inventory. Retail partners and authorized dealers in Hong Kong and mainland China sat on millions of dollars worth of watches they could not move. The company's CFO, Burkhart Grund, would later explain their dilemma, saying, "We do not believe that having our inventory in the gray market will help brand equity, so that is why we bought it back." The gray market, that's the luxury industry's nightmare. When authorized dealers cannot sell expensive watches, those timepieces often find their way to unauthorized dealers and parallel importers who slash prices to move inventory. Jean-Claude Biver, head of the watch division at LVMH, called this phenomenon the industry's cancer. Imagine spending $20,000 on a new Cartier Santos only to discover identical watches selling for $8,000 through gray market dealers. The brand's prestige evaporates. Future customers question why they should pay full price. The entire luxury positioning collapses. So Richemont made a radical decision. In 2016, they launched a massive buyback program. The company began purchasing unsold watches from their retail partners, not to resell them, but to destroy them entirely. The scale was staggering. In 2016, they bought back 278 million euros worth of watches, primarily Cartier pieces from Asian markets. In 2017, they purchased another 203 million euros worth of inventory. These were not defective products or damaged goods. These were pristine, luxury timepieces that simply could not be sold at full price without damaging the brand. Chairman Johan Rupert, the South African billionaire who founded Richemont, told analysts, "Our retail partners are still being force-fed like geese producing foie gras," criticizing the industry's overproduction problem. But here is where the story gets interesting. The word destroyed is technically accurate, but does not tell the full story. These watches were not simply incinerated. Instead, they were carefully dismantled in a process that resembled reverse engineering. Gold cases were melted down and recycled, precious metal components were reclaimed. Even the movements, the intricate mechanical hearts of these timepieces, were salvaged and later incorporated into new watches with different cases, designs, and dials. This recycling process served multiple purposes. It recovered valuable materials, reducing waste. It eliminated the visual evidence of destruction that might generate negative publicity. And in many countries, including the United States and Italy, companies that destroy unsold inventory according to specific protocols can claim substantial tax credits and duty refunds. Richemont wasn't alone in this practice. The strategy of destroying unsold luxury goods to preserve brand equity is widespread across the industry. Burberry faced massive public backlash in 2018 when reports revealed they had burned £28.6 million worth of products in a single year, including £10 million in beauty products. Over 5 years, Burberry had destroyed roughly £90 million worth of merchandise. The environmental and ethical implications sparked outrage. Industry analysts and environmental groups pointed out that the fashion industry already generates 1.2 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year, roughly 2% of global emissions. France took action. In 2019, Prime Minister Edouard Philippe announced the world's first ban on the destruction of unsold non-food products. He said we can avoid the destruction of products that are perfectly good, as this is scandalous waste. The law, which took full effect in 2023, requires companies to donate, recycle, or find alternative uses for unsold inventory. But here's the twist that makes this story remarkable. Richemont's controversial strategy appears to have worked brilliantly. By aggressively controlling supply and eliminating gray market inventory, they protected Cartier's brand equity during a critical period. The short-term financial hit was enormous, over $500 million in destroyed inventory, but the long-term payoff was extraordinary. Today, just 5 years after the massive buyback program ended, Cartier consistently ranks among the top 3 luxury watch brands globally, second only to Rolex and having recently surpassed Omega in sales. Jewelry and watches from jewelry brands like Cartier now represent 73% of Richemont's total sales, while traditional watch brands account for just 14% of their business. Richemont's financial performance validates their controversial approach. The company began 2025 with a 10% uptick in third-quarter revenue that sent luxury share prices soaring. Their stock closed up more than 16% following the announcement. Continued strength at their jewelry brands showed 14% growth, while their specialist watchmakers improved by 7%. The industry has evolved beyond simple destruction. Cartier now offers a part exchange service through Watchfinder & Co., allowing customers to trade any luxury watch for a new Cartier creation. This approach captures value from pre-owned pieces while maintaining control over inventory flow. Other luxury houses have also adapted. As one portfolio manager noted, mentalities have changed. We are no longer in an economy giving primacy to unbridled creation. Companies are now extremely careful about production volumes, anticipating the anti-waste legislation that prohibits destruction of unsold products. The Richemont story reveals the brutal mathematics behind luxury positioning. These brands do not just sell products, they sell exclusivity, prestige, and aspiration. When that positioning is threatened by discounted inventory flooding the market, the financial calculations become stark. Is it better to lose $500 million in destroyed inventory or risk devaluing brands worth billions? For Richemont, the answer was clear. They chose destruction over devaluation, secrecy over transparency, and short-term losses over long-term brand damage. The strategy worked, transforming a crisis into one of luxury's most successful turnarounds. But it also exposed the uncomfortable truth about luxury consumption. Behind the gleaming boutiques and marketing campaigns lies a system that would rather destroy perfectly good products than allow ordinary consumers access to them at reasonable prices. The elite did not just secretly destroy $500 million worth of watches. They revealed that exclusivity, not utility, is luxury's true product.